Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another Langrisser video. And I'm not expecting myself to record another video today. Well, this time around we're gonna do the normal JBs because last week I actually covered the JB that we got, like the event JB, which is very different than we used to. So now we're gonna do it for the regular JB. So anyway, since that event is already over, all the JB schedule has been reverted back to usual. Like for example, like for me, it's gonna start at 12 o'clock. And so now, like previously it was 11, now it's 12 because JBs have been switched back to one JB. So it makes sense that they reduced the time back to 1 hour. And also today's JB we're gonna cover the let me see what's the name of this. It's called the Imperial Invasion, which will only be active on Wednesday and Thursday. And these one net you bond keys. So do not neglect those battles really quick. Okay, on. Anyways, I'm gonna invite my alt so that we can both do this. My God, I think keeping my dog in this room is the worst mistake possible. Anyways, let's hope we can complete this as soon as we can. Okay, so let's see. This is the team I'll usually use, and anyways, your goal here is to defeat all enemies and also while protecting Jessica from being attacked. Well, in this map, you hardly had to worry about this because enemies will go towards you instead of Jessica. So bear that in mind. And also, like any other JB, this one allows you to carry a Covian if you have one. But most of the time, you probably don't need it.
私があんたに与える最高の栄誉よ。私がノブレス・オブ・リージュ。
So, anyways, I will usually do faction buff first, so we do it like this,
私
or you can just
完璧で
faction
すわ。
buff later, depending on how you want to play it.
どうしました？正しい選択をしたわね。
Okay. I'm gonna do AoE here so that it will hit everybody, making it easier for me to destroy them next turn.
どうしました？レーゲンブルクのために。
Anyways, the key point to this JB is that anyways, what I'm trying to do here is that your main goal is to defeat their leader first, and then take out their soldiers. But however, if you do the exact opposite to this, their leader will gain a specific buff, which will make this battle a bit harder. So be careful as you advance. For instance, Lanford will boost if all of his infantry soldiers dies. So it doesn't matter if you kill all the lancers though. Your main, anyways, one thing you had to watch out for is try not to kill all of his infantry. So make sure you kill the leader first and then destroy everybody else. Anyways, those lancers could be trouble if your team is filled with physical attackers. But if you carry someone that can like do magical damage, like Lucretia for example, you don't have to worry about them guarding because they won't be able to guard this.
失うわけには撤退だ。
私がレーゲンブルクです。これからですわよ。
Alright, we'll go here and then use that so that way
完璧ですわ。
we can protect them from AoEs. I think that's what it does because every time when they got AoE, this one disappears. Yeah, it does. It reduces the damage. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna use my 3C yet. Okay, so far so good. Alright, anyways, we're gonna approach Omega right now. So Omega's condition is that if you kill all archers, he's gonna boost himself. Anyways, coincidentally, his army is actually split in two sides. There's one on the left and one on the right, and he's on the left. So if you want to destroy Omega right away, go to the left. However, if all of his archer dies, it triggers the second win. All allies deal 10% increased damage and gain mobility, which is something that you don't want him to activate. So you the best solution here is to get Lucretia over here. I mean, there are other units you can do other than Lucretia, but Lucretia is probably the best option when it comes to when it comes to range. That is. You're probably gonna need 3C. So we're going to do we're gonna do something like or we can just avoid the bottom path and yeah, or you can just do this. It doesn't really matter as long as you protect her.
私があんたに与える最高の栄誉よ。
俺はまだ倒れねえぞ。
どうしました？
And also, when you're trying to protect her, make sure you stay at least one block away apart from the target you're trying to protect, because Emmerich could actually prevent you from guards, so be careful. So I'll advise you to put your tank like this, so that way Emmerich will not be able to neglect your guards. So, I mean not neglect, negate your guards. So that way you'll be able to guard them all the time. It's right here. I sort of reset that. Although Amelia is almost perfect, but the thing is, Christian is still better. In most situations, like but however, Amelia can also be effective in other purposes as well, like defend against demons, since she's a holy unit. Since there are no demons here, you just treat it as a normal tank. Oh yeah, and speaking of Emmerich, I forgot to tell you what the Emmerich's conditions are. So basically, Emmerich's rely on his cavalry soldiers. If all his cavalry soldier dies, he will gain a he'll gain a boost of, let's see what it is. It actually like it increases all allies by 10% damage. And also all terrain is treated as plains, and also battlefield skill span increased by 1. So that basically when they attack you with a skill, they will attack you at 2, which is super scary. And you don't want that to happen. So make sure you kill Emmerich first before killing the cavalries. Okay, and then we'll do that right there. We don't necessarily need to do this, but only if you need to get rid of all those stacks.
水晶よ、帝国の敵を倒すのです。
Hmm. Okay, I don't think that's a good idea. Uh, because I noticed if I try to attack with Lucretia, she won't be able to hit that far. What I'm trying to target is the flyer on the further left. Lucretia couldn't get there because if I try to do that, she will just be out of the guard range. Oh yeah, I should mention this before you start the JB battle. The auto feature is ill-advised if you plan to do a precise planning.
人形
Because if you do
あい
auto,
つの
your
頼
units will
みは
just
聞
go
ける
everywhere crazy and not doing according to plan. So make sure you do it manually because autoing it on this is actually ill-advised since you can't control your units if you choose to auto. And also, always a good
私
idea
が
to enable danger
レー
zone,
ゲンブルクです
like in most battles, of course,
これからですわよ
because you never know when they will come. But however,
私完
sometimes
璧で
danger
すわ
zones aren't really work most of the time because sometimes they could be misleading
どうしました
when it comes to characters that can act again after they use a skill, such as
水晶よ
archers, some archers.
帝国の敵を倒すのです 怖がらないで痛くないから これでも食らいなさい
Okay, and after we took care of that, our next target is Juro and Layla. And these guys, they're quite tricky because some people confuse them with holies and mages.
レー
So
ゲン
I
ブル
gotta
ク
tell
で
you,
す
how they're gonna get buff is that if all their mages die, which is these guys right here, if they die, they're gonna get boosted by, let's see, the allies damage deal 10 extra percent, and also normal attacks and skill range gain 1 extra range. So this is something that you should be careful because if you actually kill those mages before you even kill Jero and Layla, they're going to make your time even difficult.
ノブレス・オブ・リージュ
So make sure you deal with them first.
私完璧ですわどうしました
And unfortunately, they're not in range, so I'm worried that
正し
that
い
they're gonna
選択を
AOE
し
us.
たわね
But thankfully, we have Frozen Steel that can prevent all that nonsense.
私がレーゲンブルクです
Okay, I should have reset Lucretia's. Oh well. But however, there is another way if you kind of mess it up. But I wouldn't advise doing this right now because it's not gonna splash onto anybody.
私がレーゲンブルクです
Okay, I'm hurrying. Okay, don't rush
水
me.
晶よ帝国の敵を倒すのです
Anyways, one thing I'm worried is that if we get too close to them, they're gonna AoE us. But we're already too close. There's no turning back. However, we can try to do AoE on these.
怖がら
And
ない
thankfully
で
these guys don't hit the mage.
痛くないから
So we're in the clear. Anyways, since their mobility is down, which is perfect, that means they won't be able to AoE us. And I'm gonna activate 3C to strengthen up our team. Not only it strengthens them, it also allows them to move one space further.
どうしました？
Okay. Let's see. Where's
正しい選
Lucretia?
択
There
を
it
したわ
is.
ね。
We can actually be. Let's see. Be right here. Oh yeah. I should advance. You had to kill all units before facing
私
Digos
があんたに
or
与える
Digos,
最高の栄誉よ。
which is the boss at the end, like right here. Anyways, if you actually don't kill them all before and then you attack that guy, you're not gonna deal much damage because it's actually reduces all your damage to one,
私が
making them
名言ブル
making your
これ
unit
からです
does
わよ。
only 40 damage if it's like full soldiers. And since Jorlea is dead, you can now freely kill everybody.
どうしました？レーゲンブルクのために。
And unfortunately, Emilia is too far from those enemies, so I cannot bring her over there. Okay, hang on. To my surprise, Emilia actually killed the mage. I guess she has very high resistance on magic, so yeah. I shouldn't be surprised actually, because I actually used her before. That
私
was
が
like before
レーゲンブルクです。ノブ
Christian
レ
was
ス・オ
even a
ブ・リー
thing.
チュ。 正しい選
Okay,
択をしたわね。
I gotta remind myself not to attack
ノブレ
that
ス・オ
guy
ブ・リー
before
チュ。
I. Okay, I'll just try to destroy this guy first. Okay, since that he's the only one left, the damage reduction is not there
レーゲン
anymore.
ブルク人形。あい
So
つの頼みは
we
聞
can
け。
safely do this. With the center of Divinity, you'll be able to attack him without being retaliated back.
私がレーゲンブルクです。水晶に帝国の敵を倒すのです。
Anyways, you can use 3C here all you want, but you don't really need to. But for extra security measures, then go ahead. I'll go ahead and do this, so that way Lucretia will be closer. She's kind of far if I don't teleport her. And we should be able to finish off this boss.
死は私があんたに与える最高の栄誉よ。
Alright, and that's it. I think most of you already noticed by now, but this is many for people who are just starting out on this JB. And these are the rewards you're expecting to get if you complete this with daily rewards. That you're always gonna get those SSR keys if you do the the highest level possible of this JB. So anyways, hope you all find this a bit helpful. See you all next time.